Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Satisfactory today. We're going to be picking up where we left off over a week ago, I think, and trying to go with the next steps in I think it's the adaptive control unit is what we're working on. And chances are there's going to be a bit of building and design work around this because I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. And I think one of the bottlenecks we ran into last time was just me not knowing where floors are going to go. So I think we've got to make some decisions on the train stations and the back door and a bunch of different things that are coming into Devastator, as well as some of the production floors just not having roofs on them. So I'd like to try and tackle that if I can. And the good news is that kind of stuff does tend to happen quite quickly because Satisfactory has some features that allow for some fast building compared to Minecraft. If you missed it, yesterday we were exploring the Mushroom Island. We were doing some technical stuff, moving some things around, deciding where we're going to put stuff. Those VODs are available on Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube for the last couple days. And of course, that's where you can find the Spawn Chunks podcast. And tonight in my Discord, we are recording a new episode of the Citadel Cafe. And we're going to be talking about at least a few nerdy things. I know that the trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu is on the line. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about my experience with the Soundwave Lego Transformers set. That is also going to be streamed tomorrow, so we'll be doing the next couple of bags on the Lego Let's Chat on Friday tomorrow. So that's kind of what's up. We're going to dive right in. SweetSandi, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I got a few viewers trickling in here at the start of the stream. And I think it should be a fun day. We're just going to try and I want to try to get a lot done. I feel like there's a lot of indecision happening right now in Satisfactory, and I want to kind of make some of those and move forward with them and see what we can do to kind of make things feel a little bit more complete. So first up, I think we have to look at the low-hanging fruit, which is the two areas that don't have roofs yet. And we've got one side of the factory that does have some design work done on the top, and I want to try to do something on, I think it's the south side. The north side has a couple things, and I like what I've done on the north side, so I might go ahead and copy what I've done on the north side in some cases. And to take a look at it, we'll go up top here. So on the left-hand side, the north side, we've got a couple different roof designs, which are simple, but I like them. I think they're pretty good. Obviously, we didn't finish that one. But this sort of stuff, I think, looks very Cybertronian. I think it works well with what we've been doing. This side, we got the facades of the building done, but we really haven't done a whole lot with the roofs. So there's no roof there, and that one does not have a roof either. But I do like kind of what we have going on over here. And so we might go take a closer look at that. I like the signs around the edge, the lights. I like these little designs here, which is cool. These are like double walls put together. Fairly simple. And eliminates the need to have lights inside because the skylight will come through as well. And I think that's something I want to do over there. I think we can fit in through here, yeah. We did some of this design work inside as well. And some of this we themed to the products being made. So these are making steel pipes. So we took the orange color on the top of the pipe, which you can see there. And kind of echoed that in the room. And so I want to try and do something like that over here. Get back out again. So we tried a couple of things. I'm not in love with the round details there, but I like the purple stripes. Took a lot of kind of cues from what we've got going on over there with these big black pieces and the purple highlights. But I like this. And I think I might want to do something with some higher contrast at the top. I kind of feel like we could perhaps change this to be black. I feel like that could work quite well. both inside and out. Now inside we've got motors, we've got smart plating. These are all very gray, and I'm okay with that. We've got more silver stuff happening down here, because this is rotors and stators. I kind of made them all the same. So the theme in here is kind of black and silver, and so I'd like to try and just continue with that. This would probably be the easiest thing to echo. Just kind of take this kind of design and put it up here on the wall. You can sort of see where it would flow nicely along here. But I don't know what we're going to do with the roof. The roof has got some issues, and I need to sort that out before we attempt the next building. So I like the stepped idea, but it feels really good being wide open. So I might try to keep this central area, these 3 places, as a skylight, and put in something along there, which could be cool. Maybe mimic what we've got going on here. So let's start with a bit of the trim. Carbon finish? No, that's unpainted maybe? Yep. I feel like we will just go along bottom. Now here's where we could get sort of inventive and maybe have a slot like that. Or we can go the other way. Have it look. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we could put some lights in there. But then this is something I thought could be black. I think that could look cool from the outside. I might want to change the materials here. Yeah, it definitely needs some sort of contrast. Yeah, I think that works. It might be worth it to actually carry that down to there. That does look a little funny in here, so we may have to recolor a couple things. I guess I could change this thing all along here. And that way that's going to look like more of a finished piece. That separates things out nicely. It is kind of high contrast, but that's okay. I don't mind actually having some black up here, so this could be fun to have some black in the roof. I feel like I did that over here. I don't know what color these are. They look more like gunmetal. But we've done that before too. I think that could work here too. I just need to remember that it has to go up in different angles. And I do want to keep this part open in the middle. So if we do that, that keeps the skylight open. I think that could be fun. And we didn't do the whole roof, we just did sections of it. I'm wondering if it would be cool to try and mix in some glass as well. Because the glass does come in the angles that we might need right in here. So we could do something like this. I think that could look cool. And then maybe we could start to mimic the angles here. Maybe. We would have to lower these so that that would match up. And unfortunately, although maybe we could just do a glass roof. What did I do over there? I did the same thing over here. I left it open in the middle. I think that worked out okay. So flat roof. The flat roof pieces are unfortunately not quite flat. They do have a little bit of an angle to them. And they have a fat piece. It might be better to rotate it the other way. Yeah, I think because the game is so dark, it is better Yeah, see it doesn't line up the way that you'd expect it to. And it's too small of a difference to nudge. So there are definitely some challenges in this game. Well, any game that has prefab pieces like this, I think you're gonna run into that. And we could still fit one of these in here, right? Like we could still potentially cover that if we wanted to. Actually, I don't mind that. Oh, but then we run into the issue of that not working. Because that sets at a different angle. Oh, I see what I did there. So we might have to drop this down for this to actually work. I don't think I wanted to go down that far. Yeah, I think that'll work. It's not quite as even as I'd want, but I might be better off. I don't know why I made this one so different. Probably got something to do with the edge. Moira, hello, how's it going? Thanks for the lurk. Appreciate it. So I'm tempted to make this a little bit higher, which is totally doable. All we would have to do is just make that one block, not even that, a meter higher. Probably why I didn't want to do it, because it's a nice warm foundation, but we've also got those there. So we fit in like 3 meters underneath it. So all I would need to do is replace these guys. We could even have it come down on the other side. If we wanted to. This won't mirror if we do it that way, so maybe we have to bring this down. Not in love with that. We could raise this up on an angle. I do like the black. And that looks good, but it doesn't necessarily look super supported. So we want to add a little something, I think, on the edge here. The easiest solution would be just to grab this and stick it across like that. I'm getting some really low frame rates. I'm not sure why. That makes that top part there even all the way around. I think that looks okay. We'll do something different with this this design on the bottom. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the ability to go up at the right sort of angle. Without having it be a very large piece. We're sort of stuck with things like that for design. Not the end of the world. Circular vents? Where? I mean, it's already got giant air holes. You mean on the side here? I don't think they fit. Yeah. Plus, like, why? Or do you mean like down here? That could work. But again, like it's an open ceiling. I think that looks okay. We'll try to add some lights or something to it. It looks a little funky on this side. But we can also do things like double up in areas like this where you can sort of help it look a little bit more intentional. Yeah, like sometimes doing a double layer helps things a lot more. Oh, can I not go down? Sure I can. And that sort of covers up that weird seam. Looks a lot more sturdy. Helps this feel more robust. And then I think we could also do things like grab little guys like this and maybe squeeze them in here. Oh, maybe not. We fit them along here though. Unfortunately, they float. Do maybe want to try some green in here? This might be better off with the green. I'll leave it silver for now. Or unpainted, I should say. Yeah, I've been trying to work the vents in, but they don't always fit with what we're trying to do. That's pretty good. The seams are not always the best. That's going to look good underneath, maybe? And it'll help in that section. This makes, like, that feels kind of flimsy, whereas this feels a lot sturdier. I think that's the same. Yeah, looks about right. Okay, well then we've also got this divide here with the black and the silver. This is all one piece, and it is only visible from the top and the front, so we could change that. We could divide that in half. I feel like that works a little bit better. Just kind of flows nicely. And then I think over here, I mean, I guess we could just mimic what we've got going on this other edge, right? That would probably be the better thing to do. So this was like one down. And of course, we'll have to bring it forward. That's okay, but then now this looks kind of funky. Maybe we don't want to have those as black. I may have to add a silver lining in here. It ends a little abruptly, but it's not the end of the world. It does still look a little bit weird when it's not a double thick wall. We'll do that as well. Oh, that looks strange. That's what I mean by these ceiling pieces are not even. It sticks out when you think it shouldn't. Now that looks symmetrical. That looks okay. It's not the best. The only other thing I could think of would be to put in another beam there, but I think that might be overkill. Well, no, it doesn't really cover that up, does it? If anything, it maybe draws more attention to it. So then this, I think we should probably mirror what we've got going on at the top. Although, it might be best to have this actually separate. Make sure that that's not viewable from the outside. No, okay. The silvery and super black go well together. Yeah, it's very Decepticon, right? Like it's kind of evil Standard cartoon bad guy. Silver and black. Very Ultron, Megatron. I think actually I'm overcomplicating this. I think that's probably good there. And then when it goes up here, we can just echo happening. Although I guess we should do the other side here first. Oh, but then I guess I am going to have to do it this way. I was hoping for a better angle, but maybe we'll just do it this way. Cosmic Dancer resubscribing. Tier 1, 86 months. Creeping up on the big 9-0. That's amazing. Thanks so much, Cosmic. 86 months. I wonder what that is in dog years. I don't know what that is in dog years. 86 months. 72. My 12 multiplication table is not great. 36, 72. So 84 would have been the big one recently. So it's a little over 7 years. So what's 7 years in dog years? That's like 40 and fabulous. Something like that. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing the same design on both. But it's pretty easy. Wow, frame rate choppiness. So this part, I could even just stop here, right? It would be kind of neat if we could figure out a way to make this also unpainted, but then they go really dark. Well, the night has fallen, so that's probably a good chance to go take a break. Or jump on a break train. I'm not sure whether it was faster to do this or whether just to run through the doors. I guess the trains are up in another level. "40 and fabulous" sounds right. I agree, Sandy. I agree. Folks, I take a break once an hour. We try to line it up in Satisfactory with the nighttime, which is about every 55 minutes. And then there's a 5-minute day-night cycle. And so you get to ride the train, I get to reheat my coffee, and I will be right back. So you can see coming at Devastator from this angle why I wanted to do some decorating today, because the back side of this just really just feels like floating platforms. So I want to get some structure sorted out in here. I really need to see if there's something that's happening on my computer that is causing such a big frame drop. Maybe it's the Razor software. I have to have everything else running. Satisfactory is one of the games that has really prompted me to push to get a new video card. Yeah, we've got some purple down there. Kind of feel like this would be better off as black. Unless we can see that from the inside. Nope, we're good. Yeah, I try to do some cool vent stuff around. Doesn't always work. I don't think we can change the color of these at all. Nope. I think we can probably do something like this. Yeah, here it would be cool to just leave it that shape, but I'd want to continue this along, so we don't probably want to come in here. I think that works okay. It could be cool to have a different shape in here, so I think that's also viewable from the outside. Or at least in part. Yeah, so one thing we could consider is like cutting out a chunk of this. Just to have it look a little bit more interesting. Yeah, I think that works. And then downstairs, we just kind of had these little accents in the corners. We didn't finish the side here. That's all black. I don't think I want to wrap this around. If we do, we'd have to stop it before it gets to the window. That's not bad. It does feel a little bit boring through here, so we might also want to have a little bit of a change through here. Another opportunity to put in a couple of lights as well. Probably just match them up with these ones. We could also separate them out, but or I could add 4. That might be a better way to do it. Yep, I like that. Not crazy about this. Ooh, we have to go up higher on this side. And that's a ramp. And then this just needs the same treatment as this. Such tricky placement sometimes. Is that how I did it down here? Right, and then goes inside. Ooh, how's this going to look on the top? This might not work. Just going to stop. I guess we could go with a ramp. Not a ramp, like a triangle. So it'll look the same underneath, but it won't look weird in another place on top. We might actually be able to do that over here too. Looks a little funky. You don't notice it on the inside. You notice it on the outside. The outside edge, I mean. I think it's less of a problem on this top side. So maybe we'll leave it. Thanks for the lurk, Blast Jordan. Appreciate it. A lot of these tricks I picked up building the original starter factory, the wheeljack factory. I don't know about that. I may want to just leave these sticking out. There's a lot of back and forth, I find, with Satisfactory. I feel like this would be better off doing single lights in the middle. Yeah, looks okay. Here's where we might be able to get away with some of those vents. I wish they had stuff that wasn't so round. Like, I wish we had more angular stuff. But motion is cool. Sort of. Purple's a little bit bright. I think that's interesting. The only thing I'm not really happy with is this section here, and I'm not crazy about this part here. I'd like to try and... I wish we had like flat walls. I'd like to make that silver, but we don't really have the ability to make it that exact color. I guess I could try to color match it. That's sort of close, but not really. And then this feels like it needs something underneath here too. We don't really have a door. I prefer the hexagonal look here. So I'd like to try and move this up. So maybe what we need to do is take that and just nudge it. There's definitely a couple of hotkeys that I press wrong. so it's not great. We've done that kind of shape before. But again, it feels kind of strange. How did I do it down here? Just kind of wrapped it around. I guess we could have the silver frame the entire window on the top. But maybe echo the bottom. Not a big fan of the triangles. They look a little bit strange. I don't know, maybe we just don't wrap it around at all. I feel like this needs a little oomph. Yeah, the window definitely looks better dark. Oh, I did not mean to remove that. What do we think about the fans? Was a little chunky with the silver in the corner? Yeah, I think so too. That's not terrible. We could also just do the same. I think it looks better just ending it. I think it just simple is better. And even down here, we could go so far as to get rid of these. Oh, no we can't. There, okay. We honestly could even get rid of these ones. No, I guess that just kind of ties it together, doesn't it? Kind of want to make those darker. Okay, I think all the floor and stuff is finished. So the only thing I have to worry about on this wall now is just the door. Now we could try to put in one of those double wide scrolly doors, roll-up gates. We will decorate the outside to look a lot better. Man, those things are big. You forget hovering around how small you are in this game. Stuff is just massive. But then we have some freedom in here to do a bit more with the shape of this. I really wish we had half walls. That would be super nice. I feel like there's some door designs out front I want to look at. Got some of these lights. That kind of a shape. A lot of hexagonal stuff. I feel like here's where we could probably bring in some of that silver. That's too wide, but we could do something offset. Maybe. It starts to look like a barn door no matter which way you start to frame it. I guess we could also change the shape of it underneath if we wanted to as well. Ooh, might be getting somewhere there. That's not terrible. Does it need to go all the way up to the top, or could we do it with a smaller slope? I don't know. What do we like it better? Taller? Lower? Yeah. That's too low. Hmm. I think maybe split the difference. Don't think I want to cover over the light. No. Now, does that show up outside anywhere? No. Okay. Now, the question is, do we run that the whole length? Or do we have some sort of way to end this? Could try to nudge this back. That does line up. That looks very evil. I like it. I mean, maybe we don't need it to go over here at all. Yeah, I think that's fine. Feels a little off-center with that light. I might actually ditch. Maybe we'll ditch that light in favor of one on the wall. Yeah. That feels like it needs a little bit of contrast. Also, I want to try and add some depth here. What is going on? That looks good. And then we'll just switch this. Somehow. Some way. So I wouldn't mind having something a little extra here. We were working with these kind of things before. Oh no, that's fine. I just need to go downstairs and check what colors I used on those. That looks like that gray, and then this, we could just copy that. Or we could use purple. Yeah, I don't think it needs to be brought out any farther. No, I like it better flat. Oh, this is going to be fussy with how it renders, though. That's annoying. Hmm. So maybe we have to make it just a little bit farther forward. It's not the end of the world. I would like it to be just a little bit less forward, but I guess that's what we got. Cool. So now we just have to repeat that on the other side, and also think about what's happening here. So this is another factory. There's another space on the other side of this wall. So I can't do anything there. So what'll more than likely happen is we'll just take this existing pattern. And we'll just wall this off. And that was just these guys all the way up. And I don't think there was any plan to put a door next door, so we'll pop over here and see if there's room in the design for a door to connect the two. I've been trying to do better with connecting things with walkways, because once you get the hover pack going, it's really easy to just fly places. So we could try to put a door there. There's definitely room in these walls to put one. It would make more sense to have the door in that space. Similar to what we've got here, actually. And I kind of like this design better than that one. So maybe that's what we'll do. Oh, maybe that's why we didn't do that. Different levels. Huh. How do we handle that? I guess we could try to put a catwalk. Just to see. Of course, that doesn't fit. It's a little bit too close to that for my liking. Try stairs, maybe? So we could do like a door on the left. I don't particularly love that idea. Well, either way, let's replace this with the right pattern. Yeah, can't say I'm thrilled about that. So maybe we'll just leave that with no door. There's unfortunately some, I guess, drawbacks to building this the way that I did. Like, there's no elevator to get up to the this next floor. You have to somehow use the stairs in the building next door before you get up to this path and get up here. So, like, I don't know. But I mean, we exist in a world where I've got a hover pack, so it's like, it's the first time I've gone this deep into the game, so I'm kind of giving myself a little bit of grace wherever I can. Now, I'd like to try to make that look cool, but I'm not sure how we're going to do it. And then I guess it's just a matter of repeating all of this stuff. Hope this is all right. Right, I had to raise this up by a bit. The good news is, building it the second time, when you do the mirroring, it takes far less time. That looks right to me. I feel like that could be a better choice. Yeah. think that's how I did it. Yep. Although we're losing the sun, so time to take another break. Dan, how's it going? Man, the sun just went down immediately. Once again, folks, short break. Just a little bit of a ride around on the break train. I will be right back. Hello, Zero, what's going on? Mikatu, good to see you. Hope you're having a good day so far. Ralagas, hello. So you can see how much work is left, seeing we spent the entire stream working on one room. Blast. Someone rescuing me from this boring meeting. I'll do my best. Gotta decorate that space too. I don't know whether I'm keeping these hypertubes. I might not. Let's see. So we're just gonna pick up where we left off and just continue to copy and paste this stuff. I think I came in. Yeah. I think that's how I did it. Oh, I didn't put them in there at all. Okay. Maybe we don't do that. Yeah. Let's just leave these then. I'm always nervous doing this over machines. It's very easy to not realize that you selected something down on the floor. On one hand, you know, like we complain about not having enough reach in Minecraft, but sometimes the reach in this game is a little bit long. I mean, it's great for big builds, but you can also find yourself making a lot of mistakes. check to make sure that that looks right. Oh, we've got to fix the wall too. There's 2 4-meter bits. Not gonna let me put it in there, is it? Where did that go? There we go. Again, Satisfactory just flipping this thing for no reason. Okay, and then we're on to this. Start back here. Nice. Always comes together a lot faster the second time around. We'll have some unique stuff to do on this side too, I think. How big is the factory? I don't know how to quantify that. It's just it's the size of a biome. They can be as big as the game can handle, really. I mean, the factory fills up basically this whole space. Everything between the rivers is essentially factory. And then the train station is here, and then there's other stuff elsewhere. You have to go to Satisfactory tools, I think, to see like a proper top-down view. I really wish that they would show you the size of your factory in a map in the same way that you can do a map in Minecraft. I think that would be very helpful. And we just cut out the middle part, I think? Yeah. Copy and paste in this game has changed everything. I know it's been out forever, but I remember playing when you didn't have it, and it was problematic. To say the least. Why are you not doing what you need to do? You're jammed on the output. Interesting. I would not expect that. Huh. Must have a slow belt somewhere. That or it's not being overshot into the sinks. That's probably a chance too. I think that's the inside, except for that. Finished. But I don't have time to get into the logistics of that. Oh, the outside door here. This is really cool. I like this a lot. I wonder if I could put this here too. No. So yes, the outside needs some help. And the inside on the outside on this side is going to be up against the wall. So it's the next building over that we have to worry about for that side. And the back also needs a lot of help. Okay, so we're not anywhere near done. So I use this to cover that. I guess we could do something else here. This could go underneath here, probably. Oh, no. That must be the inside roof of the other building. Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah, having holes in the roof is just essential for moving around, I feel. I sort of like what we've got going on here. We could mimic what we have going on inside, but I'd like to do that with some green and purple on the outside here. I feel like it would be good to have some purple through here. We could honestly mimic what we've got on the inside of the door. Don't know if I'd need it to be silver. We could maybe do that in purple. We may not be putting this far enough forward, now that I look at it. Oh, not even close. Not even close. Those are far enough forward. How deep was this? Alright, so I went too far the other way. Right. That's the one on the inside. Right. I need to do that version. Looks right to me. Why? What did I not do here? I guess these needed to be nudged. Although, it does kind of look cool with layers, doesn't it? Maybe we'll try that as we expand the design outside. Really find it hard sometimes when you have to redo things like 3 and 4 times over. The UI is not always able to communicate exactly what you want. Okay, I think we got there. And then maybe we go purple. Or maybe we stay silver, and then we have most of the paneling purple on the outside. No, we've gone green down here. I like what we did here. I feel like we could probably mimic some of that. That goes out to there, we'd have extra space, so we could go purple in here. Or that gray. Take this back to unpainted. That kind of came down around the corner. But for here, we could just start it wherever. Oh, but that's off center. Hold on. Then we just have to do something cool with it. think that's going to interfere with anything. Doesn't quite have the same appeal. It's not bad though. And I think we'll get rid of that. Have like an accent piece. Yeah, starting to tidy up a bit. Oh, that was supposed to stay. I guess we could go in here and do a green triangle. That helps out a little bit. Yeah. Having ice cream is better than not having ice cream? Facts. I have to be careful. I have to like not have ice cream in the house all the time because I will just have ice cream every day if it's around. Then we want to try to do something interesting with the top here. Oh, I just realized there was something I didn't do in the inside. We forgot to take out the chunk here. Cool. So then that's just 2 meters. I guess that could just continue to be 1 meters. don't know why we do it that way. Just to try to line up the seams as best we can. All that's inside wall. So unfortunately, we probably want to cover that up. So it's not the most interesting thing just to have the stripe, but we'll start there. See what else we can come up with. And probably going to be the same thing we did on the other end, where those are attached to the triangles, like the double panel triangle, and then have that underneath each one. At some point, we'd want to drop this. I think we'll start there. That actually looks pretty good. We could honestly probably come up from the bottom. Oh, but then we've got that. How do we cover that up? We could try to bring this color out from there. That could work. So if this had to be dark, make that look like it matched up. We could also bring this out here. That might work. I think we'd have to offset it. It doesn't really resolve over here very well. I think that has to go maybe farther along. Underside seems to be farther along here, so maybe what we do here is this. And again, maybe push that there. A little bit better. Again, I need to offset these. I think that's okay for now. I think that's okay. Maybe we ditch this one. And then along here, we'll just change these. That works at least for the top part. I don't know what we do with the bottom part. I guess this whole thing was meant to come down farther. So I've been treating the bottom like it's bottom. I don't know what. I don't think I need to keep that like that. Oh, I see. I sort of had this trench. We could do that over here too. We could still highlight that as something that's moving. And instead of having it go... What's underneath here? Oh, crap. Okay. Oh, we could still route that around. That's not a big deal. I would be more inclined to have that be regular stuff, but we can probably have that like that. I tapped the other side. Oh, that's always annoying. I really don't like that it does that. And it's not every time. I really hoped that when they released 1.0 they would have fixed a lot of the Z fighting. Maybe they'll have a quality of life update. This is just a straight angled bit. It does sort of continue on from there. That gives a nice end to that. And then here, I'm not sure what my plans were. This is that's the inside wall downstairs. So obviously I wanted to have another wall out here. Have some depth. So at some point at the base of this window, I think things just come out farther. I have to look and see what we're going to be doing for the legs. This is where, unfortunately, we have not really done much around the actual foundation, and I think I need to solidify what's happening there before I can attempt the backside of this. So even though there's a little bit of Z fighting, it's on the backside. I'm not too worried about it. We've got we'll have to put some lights and some accents and things along here, but at least it feels like a complete thought. It doesn't feel like I've left it behind. Like this feels like I've not touched it, right? Whereas this feels a little bit more in tune. I almost want to have this scoop up a little bit, if that's possible. It doesn't look like it. It'd be neat to have this go the other way. We might be able to get away with it. That's not bad. Sort of hides it. Don't love those. I much prefer the kind of custom ones we did before. Yeah, like the door. Nice. I think that's pretty successful. I think it looks a little different. We may have to add some more green to the top of it. Yeah, I think there's going to need to be some sort of green accent in there somewhere. It's better than it was. For anybody that's new that's tuning in, this is all based off of Devastator, which is not working, I don't think. None of my images are coming up. That's annoying. Probably have to update the software. Let me just grab this real quick. There we go. So that's the shape language / colored scheme and the transformer that we're basing the whole thing off of. So you can sort of see, like, there's not a lot of gray. There's a little bit, kind of like his armpits, his wrists, and his like abdomen. So this is sort of like what would be inspired by his right hand side. So like if you think about this as his chest, think about this as like the right hand side inspiration. So I'll have to figure out what other bits. His right hand seems to be, well, both of his forearms are kind of gray, so we could maybe get away with some stuff there. But yeah, I like most of the paneling. We might want to move those along a little bit farther, but this is good. I do think we need some green up here somehow. I don't exactly know where or how. I wish we could color these, hold on, these things. If these were green, that would work great, but they're not. So we may have to sacrifice the silver. The silver might look better from the outside as green. We'd keep this silver, but we might have to change the roof bits to green. Either way, I like the cap on this. It feels contained, sort of. And I like the decision to keep these a lot open air in a lot of cases. I think it works very, very well. Anyway, that's where I need to wrap things up. I need to pass you guys along to somebody else playing probably Satisfactory, but also I would happy to send you to somebody playing Minecraft 2. We're just going to do a little refresh on my list and see who's live. Also, Pixelriffs is playing Hollow Knight, so I can send you that way too. What are we thinking? I don't have anybody playing Satisfactory, so it's Hades 2, Hollow Knight. I'm surprised Pixelriffs is not playing Hades 2. Cool. I'll send you along to Pix. Pix rated us the other day, so that should be a fun time. Folks, check out the Spawn Chunks podcast. It's free. It's what I do with Pixelriffs. We do a Minecraft show every Monday. There's a new episode out right now. You can also tune in tonight on my Discord to listen to the live Citadel Cafe recording, which is about sci-fi and fantasy entertainment. Again, also free on your favorite podcasting apps later on. And do check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's one of the best ways to support me here on the channel. It's only $2 a month. It's less than a cup of coffee, and it does a great deal to help me continue to stream. And the more people we can get signed up, the sooner that I can offer annual subscriptions on the Patreon page, which is a fun thing to offer because we can have a little bit of a discount there. So cheers. Thanks very much for the support, Sandy. Thanks for the modding. Thanks for the sub, Cosmic. And I will see you all tomorrow for Lego. We're working on the Soundwave Transformer set from Lego. So that should be fun. 10 o'clock. See you then. Bye for now.